My name is Rochelle Lucy. I'm the Artistic Director of K-Fest Arts Festival. This year we've changed the name of the Screaming Pope Prize to the K-Fest Arts Awards. We've done this after the 10 years just to change it up and to affiliate it more with our festival. We worked with two wonderful judges, Alan Keane, the head of painting at LSAD, and Lisa Crown, the co-founder of A4 Sandon Studios in Dublin. We chose Annie's work for her use of natural and found materials, commemorating and protesting the destruction of landscape and fauna that have deep cultural resonance.
My name is Annie Hogg. I'm a visual artist. I predominantly use pigments that I forage from nature and apply them in different ways. I came back to an art practice about 5 years ago and luckily fell into the path of making natural inks out of stubbornness because I was trying to find a particular colour, and that led me down the rabbit hole of making charcoals and making pigments from minerals, from stones, and really connecting with landscape, also connecting with nature in a completely different way. By those kinds of materials being used as my primary sources in the studio, it changed firstly how I work in the studio. Everything gets slowed down, but it also changed how liberally things are applied. Your brush strokes and your applications become far more precious in a way when it isn't something that you're squeezing out of a tube that you didn't make and put into the tube. Charring is a huge process. The act of converting a organic matter into a charred matter is hugely, it's a transformative process. It also becomes like a votive act. So I char a lot of both objects as sculptural pieces, which are evident here in Lost, but I also char different materials to make paint out of, which is also evident here in Lost. But it's a practice that would be a big one within the studio work that I do, both sculptural and 2D work. Lost is in response to a very unfortunate happening. A swath of land within my home place, my home area I should say, was sold several years ago to new owners who unfortunately are industrial scale farmers. And so the hedges and the mushrooms, the field mushrooms that my great-grandmother would have picked, and then I subsequently went on to pick, spurred on by my mother and my grandmother, the primroses that we all witnessed every year all the way down through were all overnight completely eradicated. Bulldozers came in at 6:30, I believe, on a Sunday morning in August and ultimately clear-felled the entire space. So this piece of work, this installation, is my apology to the place and the beings because I wasn't living in the area at the time. And I missed the opportunity to do something, if it was even would have been possible to do something, to slow down or prevent or thwart such a happening, such an occurrence from happening. All of the pigments used in this body of work have come from the remnants of the destruction that was set upon the place. So the black charcoal lines that you see behind me are from a 300-year-old hawthorn stump. The hedgerow systems that have been in place would have been 300 years old. They would have been left and nurtured by other farmers before the current owners. And they were all just ripped out and burnt or buried. And so after this happened, I went back to the site and got several materials from there from which I made pigments that hang on the 3 panels. So we have rust, we have the charcoal from the hawthorn, and there's also several colours in the back which are from the stones, which were the laying foundations of the ditches themselves. The charred pieces, which are held in the glass vessels on the back panel, are all from the area, which I took home charred as whole pieces, or in the case of the bramble, took it green and created the little nest. It was a great learning curve and a wonderful experience to make the installation, because I didn't have the skills of glass blowing, which were necessary, or of bronze casting. So I worked with other people to do that. The glass vessels hang on cast bronze pieces, which are twigs and branches taken from the heap of detritus. There's ivy there, there's beech, and there is ash. So they were cast, and that was lovely, because I had been casting when I was in college 20 years ago, and it was wonderful to be back in a foundry and working with bronze. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The sound is a huge part of the installation of the body of work that was commissioned and made by Natalia Baylis, who is an amazing sound maker. She got completely what was going on with this work, and as such created a piece of sound to go with it, which carries the installation to its totality. So all of those elements and working with other people was very nice, and almost part of the grieving. It was good to talk with people about it and make something in the aftermath. It's a huge honour to have been awarded the prize, and I'm really blown away by it. I became very emotional, and that was very genuine. I really didn't expect it at all, and I'm so thoroughly grateful. The value of the prize is it's manna from heaven at the moment, as I'm working on a new installation. So all of that money will be going directly into making a new body of work, and it's actually focusing on making several other installations around similar themes of solastalgia and transformation, to create a larger body of work that can sit together as an entire body of work. So yeah, this is wonderful to be able to motor ahead with an expensive idea. I now can. Being part of K-Fest in and of itself was enough for me to be happy with. To be here, to be meeting people, to be just to be included with other artists like this is wonderful. It's amazing, and I think what K-Fest team does and provides is something of huge benefit. I'm not sure if they even realise themselves how much of a huge benefit it is to artists. It's wonderful. It's a great experience, and very grateful to be part of it.